Is it possible to laugh our way through the turbulence of the political landscape? Can humor be a powerful tool to expose folly and vice? These are the questions that bring us to the fascinating world of satire. Satire, a potent blend of humor, irony, and exaggeration, has been used for centuries as a mirror to society, reflecting back its follies, vices, and absurdities. In our current era, with its ceaseless political turmoil and social upheaval, satire has become an even more vital tool for criticism and commentary. Take, for instance, the realm of late-night television. Shows like The Daily Show or Last Week Tonight have become platforms for satirical commentary, using humor to dissect and analyze the day's political events. Their hosts, comedians turned political commentators, use wit and irony to expose the absurdities of the political landscape, making their audiences laugh while also making them think. But satire isn't confined to television. It thrives in the written word as well. Newspapers like The Onion and websites like the Babylon Bee use fictional news stories to satirize real-life events. These outlets take the day's headlines and twist them into absurd, exaggerated tales that highlight the ridiculousness of our reality. Even social media hasn't escaped the touch of satire. Memes, those ubiquitous images paired with witty or ironic captions, have become a popular form of satire. They distill complex issues into a single shareable image, using humor to provoke thought and conversation. But let's not forget about the role of satire in literature. Books like 1984 Inches by George Orwell and Animal Farm use satire to critique societal norms and political systems. These works use exaggerated scenarios and ironic twists to expose the flaws and absurdities of our society. So, as we traverse the tumultuous terrain of contemporary politics and social issues, satire serves as our guide, using humor, irony, and exaggeration to expose folly and vice. It makes us laugh, yes, but it also makes us think, question, and perhaps even change. In the face of absurdity, satire offers a mirror, reflecting back the folly and vice all around us. It's a tool, a weapon, and a guide, navigating us through the turbulence with a laugh and a wink. So whether it's through late-night television, newspapers, social media, or literature, satire continues to play a vital role in our society. It uses humor to critique, to analyze, and to provoke thought. It's a reflection of our times and a beacon guiding us through the absurdity. To sum up, satire is more than just a comedic tool. It's a form of social commentary, a way to expose the follies and vices of our society. It's found in a variety of media, from television to literature, and continues to be a powerful force in our contemporary world. As we grapple with the complexities of our world, satire offers a way to laugh, to think, and to question. It's a reflection of our reality, a mirror held up to our society, revealing the absurdity, the folly, and the vice that lie within.
Gentlemen, I have a plan. It's called blackmail. As you know, the royal family of Britain are the wealthiest landowners in the world. Either the royal family pays us an exorbitant amount of money, or we make it seem that Prince Charles has had an affair outside of marriage and therefore would have to divorce.
Prince Charles did have an affair. He admitted it, and they are now divorced.
Right, okay, people, you have to tell me these things, all right? I've been frozen for 30 years, okay? Throw me a frickin' bone here. I'm the boss. Need the info. Okay, no problem. Here's my second plan. Back in the 60s, I developed a weather-changing machine, which was in essence a sophisticated heat beam, which we called a laser. Using these lasers, we punch a hole in the protective layer around the world, which we call the ozone layer. Slowly but surely, ultraviolet rays would pour in, increasing the risk of skin cancer, that is, unless the world pays us a hefty ransom.
That also already has happened.
Shit. Oh, hell, let's just do what we always do. Hijack some nuclear weapons and hold the world hostage. Yeah? Good.
A legal fiction is when a court assumes and accepts something as a fact even if it may not be true. This is done in order to apply a rule in a way that is different from its original purpose, while keeping the law's wording the same. Once the court accepts this assumption, the legislative branch turns it into law, and the executive branch creates policies to support it. However, these actions are based on false premises or intentionally deceptive practices. Let's say there is a law in a particular jurisdiction that states only individuals who are 18 years or older can enter into contracts. Now imagine a case where a 17-year-old enters into a contract with a company. The court might use legal fiction to uphold the validity of the contract even though the individual is technically not of age. In this example, the court assumes and accepts that the 17-year-old is legally an adult for the purpose of this particular contract. They do this in order to apply the rules stated in the law, which requires individuals to be 18 years or older to enter into contracts. By using legal fiction, the court is able to interpret the law in a way that allows the contract to stand despite the individual's age. Once the court accepts this assumption, it becomes a legal fact and can be relied upon in future cases. This means that the legislative branch, responsible for creating and amending laws, may take notice of the court's decision and decide to codify it into law. The executive branch, which is responsible for implementing and enforcing laws, may then create policies and procedures to support this newly established legal fiction. However, it is important to note that legal fictions can be based on false premises or intentionally deceptive practices. In this example, the court is essentially disregarding the fact that the individual is not actually 18 years old, but is treating them as if they were. This can lead to potential inconsistencies or ethical concerns within the legal system.
This is the emergency broadcast system. This is not a test. Repeat, this is not a test. Stay tuned for further instructions. This is not a test.
You question what I have done. I see who you really are. What is there someone among us? Is it you? Is it me? We can't ever agree. 'Cause you're a madman with a bad plan. You've got them under your thumb. You're so demanding. That's what imposters would say to make the truth go away. Don't point your finger at me. I wonder who. Is it you? Who's the killer? Is it me? I'm the killer. Lies, tell me lies. Who's been telling all these lies? Is it you? Who's the killer? Is it me? I'm the killer. Lies, tell me lies. Who's been telling all these lies? Sound the alarm, we found another one. A ghost in half a body might be what we all become. Gather round the table, let's discuss who we think is among us, who not to trust. So we got some clues to build off of. It's enough to find the imposter. What do we got to lose if we all accuse the wrong guy? We'll need a good doctor. Let's break down what happened. The guilty are laughing. We'll see through their cracks and discuss. Is it you? Who's the killer? Is it me? I'm the killer. Lies, tell me lies. Who's been telling all these lies? Is it you? Who's the killer? Is it me? I'm the killer. Lies, tell me lies. Who's been telling all these lies? Lies. Lies. Who's been telling all these lies? All these lies. That this particular mission's gonna be bloody difficult, isn't it? Because people are tricky, manipulative, and given any reason to kill or take the privilege. Are we deceitful, misleading, or evil? A little bit of each, that we're pleading our innocence. Wasn't me, well it could have been, but if I did it, would I really be dumb enough to be admitting it? You can see the bit of that ship I visited, the witness to the street, nothing suspicious, got rid of it. Now the sweet of us living the predicament is picking whether he did it, she did it, or whether we did it. Can't trust you now, 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 can't trust you killer, I can't trust you now. Is it you? Who's the killer? Is it me? I'm the killer. Lies, tell me lies. Who's been telling all these lies? Is it you? Who's the killer? I'm the killer. Lies, tell me lies. Who's been telling all these lies? Lies, lies. Who's been telling all these lies? All these lies, lies. Who's been telling all these lies?
Let's say there is a law that states marriage between a man and a woman is legally recognized. However, societal views on marriage have evolved, and there is a demand for same-sex marriages to be legally recognized as well. In this case, a court may use legal fiction to interpret the existing law in a way that reflects the changing societal norms. They could assume and accept that the term man and woman is inclusive of same-sex couples, despite the law's original intent. By applying this legal fiction, the court can uphold the rights of same-sex couples to enter into legally recognized marriages. The legislative branch might then take notice of this decision and choose to amend the law to explicitly include same-sex marriages. The executive branch would then develop policies and procedures to support the recognition and implementation of same-sex marriages. In this example, the legal fiction allows the court to apply the law in a way that aligns with the evolving views of society, even though the law's wording may not explicitly support it. Legal fictions can help bridge the gap between legal principles and societal expectations, promoting inclusivity and equality in the legal system. Here's an example of legal fiction in the context of land ownership. Imagine a scenario where there is a law in a particular jurisdiction that states only citizens of this country can own land within its borders. However, there is an individual who is not a citizen but has a significant contribution to the country and desires to purchase land for various reasons like investment or development. In this case, the court may apply legal fiction to interpret the law in a way that allows the individual to own land despite not being a citizen. They could assume and accept that the term citizen includes individuals who have made substantial contributions to the country's development, even if they do not possess citizenship. By utilizing this legal fiction, the court can uphold the rights of the individual to own land, recognizing their contributions and the benefits they bring to the country. This may prompt the legislative branch to consider amending the law to explicitly provide provisions for land ownership by individuals who have made significant contributions. Consequently, the executive branch may establish policies and procedures to facilitate land ownership for such individuals. Legal fiction in the context of land ownership allows for flexibility in interpreting and applying laws to accommodate unique circumstances, encourage investments, and promote economic growth while balancing the interests of citizens and non-citizens.
Mr. Hancock.
She wanted me to have a finance education, so she took me to the Greenbow County Central School. I met the principal and all.
I want to show you something, Mrs. Gump. Now, this is normal. Forrest is right here. The state requires a minimum IQ of 80 to attend public school, Mrs. Gump. He's going to have to go to special school. Now, he'll be just fine.
What does normal mean anyway? He might be a bit on the slow side. But my boy Forrest is going to get the same opportunities as everyone else. He's not going to some special school to learn how to retread ties. We're talking about 5 little points here. There must be something can be done.
We're a progressive school system. We don't want to see anybody left behind. Is that Mr. Gump? Mrs. Gump?
He's on vacation.
Well, your mama sure does care about your schooling, son. You don't say much, do you?
Here's an example of the legal fiction in the context of the common school system. Imagine a jurisdiction with a law that states, public education in this state shall be provided through a common school system available to all children residing within its boundaries. However, due to various factors such as limited resources or overcrowding, not all children residing in the jurisdiction have equal access to quality education. In this case, a court might employ legal fiction to interpret the law in a way that ensures equal access to education for all children, despite the existing disparities. They could assume and accept that the term common school system includes measures that address these inequalities, such as redistributing resources or establishing alternative educational programs. By applying this legal fiction, the court can uphold the principle of equal educational opportunities for all children, even if the current implementation of the common school system falls short. This could prompt the legislative branch to consider amending the law to explicitly address the need for equitable access to education. Additionally, the executive branch may develop policies and initiatives to support the implementation of this revised interpretation. Legal fiction in the context of the common school system allows the court to interpret and apply the law in a manner that promotes educational equality and addresses the challenges faced by certain groups of students, aiming to ensure that the underlying principles of the common school system are upheld.
This is the emergency broadcast system. This is not a test. Repeat, this is not a test. Stay tuned for further instructions. This is not a test.